Mr. Foley. Good evening, Mr. Felix.
Sorry, Jonesy. Just too bad it had to be you.
Dr. Thisbaum said that after 3 weeks we could talk with him.
It isn't 3 weeks yet, it's 20 days. My suggestion to you is that you try again tomorrow.
Young lady, I'd like to remind you again, and we have a job to do. A man was killed, and we need a witness.
You had a witness.
That's what the commissioner means. We need a witness to tell us who killed the witness. It's our first obligation to protect...
I understand what you're trying to say. You want a new clay pigeon to replace the old.
Now, Miss Copeland.
You may try again, Commissioner. The patient is resting now, and come back with Dr. Thisbaum's permission, if you please. We're having turkey for lunch, and I saved a big portion specially for you, because I know you like it so. Mr. Jones, it was Big Dan Foley and someone by the name of Mr. Felix who shot you, wasn't it? I heard you talking in your sleep this morning, and you were saying, "Good evening, Mr. Foley," and "Good evening, Mr. Felix." But it wasn't your natural voice. I haven't told anybody. Not even Dr. Thisbaum. But if the police can't protect their own witnesses, what are you going to do?
Take care of yourself, Mr. Jones. I bet you 8 to 5 he doesn't live till Tuesday.
I'd like a front room with a view, please. Something on the 6th or 7th floor.
You're not the type that jumps or anything, are you, Mac?
Oh, no, sir. I've been here before. Several times when I've worked late at the store. I find it's much more pleasant with a view.
That'll be $3.50. I'll put you in room 621.
I'm sure that'll be fine. Thank you.
Hey, what do you think's the matter with Lynch's coffee?
I don't know. Different theories about this, Joe. Some wise guy said he thins it out with needle beer. Personally, I think he dropped his sleeve garters in the coffee urn.
The gun killed Felix and Foley. All they've been able to come up with is a few scraps of soft lead.
I know, sir. May I have a drink of water?
Help yourself.
As I told you, Commissioner, I fired down the bullets in such a way that they were bound to disintegrate on impact.
I never heard of such a thing in all my life.
Well, it's true, sir. Naturally, in my line of work, I'm better equipped than the layman to carry out such a plan.
Oh, you are a crackerjack, Mr. Jones.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
Flannelly must have gone out that hospital 14, 15 times. You never peeped a word.
I know that. But I probably would never have had a chance to do this thing if I had confided in you or the lieutenant.
Why?
Because they would have killed me.
Who would have killed you?
Mr. Foley and Mr. Felix. They knew I had seen them kill Mr. Grimes. So I had no choice, except to kill them first.
We offered you police protection, didn't we? And let me tell you this here and now. This case you're trying to build up against yourself was pretty thin. Little mouse of a man comes in here and tries to tell us that he killed the two worst hoodlums in town with an elephant gun. Fine, only the elephant gun is somewhere in the mail between here and California. Well, you're not talking to an elephant now, Mr. Jones. You're going to have to do a lot better than that to convince me.
But, Commissioner, I'm confessing to these murders. It's a simple matter of conscience.
Conscience went out of fashion.
Commissioner...
And don't give me that talk about confession. We get guys in here at least once a week who'll swear that they shot McKinley. How long have you known this guy?
Oh, a long time, Commissioner. 10 or 12 years, anyhow. That's why I'm worried.
What are you worried about?
Well, as far as anyone knows, Jonesy's never told a lie in his life. He'll even give you 6 nickels change for a quart if you don't watch out.
Are you trying to tell me that maybe he's telling the truth?
I'm afraid so, Commissioner. Either that or he thinks he's telling the truth. Jonesy, listen. The way things are going now, you'll only embarrass the department. Give us one bit of proof that you shot those 2 guys, and I guarantee you we'll throw you in the can. Did anybody see you do it?
No one. As I told you, Lieutenant, I was diabolically shrewd. Diabolically shrewd.
You see what I mean? The guy won't ever be right.
All right. Book him. Lock him up for safekeeping.
For murder, Chief?
No. This is vagrancy. Anything is handy. First, I gotta talk with the district attorney.
If you did knock off those 2 gorillas, Jonesy, why couldn't you have kept your big mouth shut? Come on.
A confession is the last thing in the world I want from Jones. Don't you realize what he'd be confessing to? Well, don't you?
Yes, sure. He'd be confessing to a couple of murders.
Murder, you say? Listen, murder is simple enough. This little bunny is about to inform the whole world that it isn't safe for any witness to walk the streets of this city. Now, that's what he's confessing to. And he's got a chest full of holes to prove it.
Now, Tom, that isn't fair to the police department, and you know it.
No? Well, then let me ask you how long you were able to keep Henry Grimes alive, or the 6 other witnesses who were murdered this year. Now, if I take this to the grand jury, what have I got? To save his own hide, a nice little man eliminates the same gun-happy gorillas that your department was never able to clamp in jail. Now, that's what I've got. Am I supposed to convince an intelligent panel that this man is really a murderer? He's 2/3 of a hero right now.
Come on, Jonesy. Time we got underway.
Is it time for my arraignment, Lieutenant?
I'll arraignment you. I ought to shake the custard out of your skull.
Is there something wrong?
Yes, there's something wrong. You don't belong here. You're wasting my time, so get out.
Oh, do you mean you're moving me to another cell?
I mean that I'm moving you to the great outdoors. And it's too bad it's not the South Pole. You're a free man, Jonesy.
How can I be a free man? I'm a murderer.
You better change your brand of snuff, Jonesy. And will you get going?
Lieutenant, I confess to this crime. I know my rights, and I won't be treated like any ordinary citizen.
Look, you will be treated any way that we want to treat you. Those are the commissioner's orders. We don't want any arguments. Get going. Get out! Get out!